Right. I mean, just before I go into right-back specifically, what's happening with United generally in this transfer window and for the remainder of this transfer window is that budget and squad space is now key to what Manchester United can do for the remainder of this summer's transfer window, simply because they may have targets that they want to fill in certain positions, but it may require players leaving from that particular position for them to be able to go into the market. Right back is a case in point. We've got a situation where West Ham United are now in advanced talks with Manchester United over the signing of Wan-Bissaka. Now, he's into the final year of his contract at Manchester United, and as it stands, there are no talks or any planned talks about extending that contract. One source has even told me that they are now close to an agreement. Initially, earlier on in the summer, West Ham went in for Wan-Bissaka, but there was a big gap in valuation. I think United's asking price is £15 million plus. I don't think West Ham United want to pay that much for a player who I mentioned is in the final year of his contract. And when you add into the equation that Manchester United are looking at other right backs, West Ham United have probably got that in their mind, thinking, well, we know that you're going to have to sell him to be able to buy him. And the player that they are in for is the Bayern Munich right back, Noussair Mazraoui. I'm told that talks are at an advanced stage between the clubs over that deal. Personal terms, not expected to be a problem. Mazraoui himself wants to make the move. The intriguing bit of this deal is that last week, West Ham actually agreed a deal with Bayern Munich for Mazraoui for around 19.5 million euros all in, but they couldn't agree on the contractual and the financial details of that deal, and so they pulled out. At the same time they were agreeing this deal, Manchester United had made their interest known to Bayern Munich, and you just wonder, cynically or face value. Face value, yeah, both clubs interested in the same player, no problem. Cynically, West Ham United probably thought, they're not bringing the price down on Wan-Bissaka, they're after Mazraoui. Let's try and agree a deal with Mazraoui and see what reaction we get from Manchester United. I'm not saying that's happened, but that might have been in the back of West Ham United's mind. So there's a case now, potentially, that if Manchester United, as we expect, to fully agree with Mazraoui, what impact that's going to have on the price on Wan-Bissaka, because they will need to sell Wan-Bissaka to bring Mazraoui in. And will that mean West Ham get their wish and reduce that asking price?
Yeah, so cynical for one so young. All right, let's get some more on this then. Melissa Reddy is in Los Angeles with United and joins us now. Hello again, Melissa. So, Mazraoui, if United get him, what would he offer them?
Yeah, there's a few attractive reasons United are interested in Mazraoui. Not just his availability and then his affordability, which would be funded by Wan-Bissaka's exit, as we've just discussed there, but it's because he is very familiar with Erik ten Hag's attacking principles and his requirements out of possession. They work together very successfully at Ajax, and one of the actual cruxes of all of this is that there's a feeling he could actually bring out the best in Antony's game, because on the right flank they linked up superbly. Mazraoui complements Antony's game really well, enhances his strengths, covers for him, and that partnership really was kind of the spark of Ajax attacking play. They built up a lot through that right flank, and Ten Hag is trying to replicate that, because a lot of United's play at the moment comes down the left-hand side. They need to get that balance with some attacking impetus down the right, which they believe he would add if he joins. Now, this potential deal actually indicates a wider change in policy from United this summer. They've been a lot more front foot and a lot more aggressive in trying to line up deals even before outgoings are confirmed, which hasn't always been the case. Sometimes they're waiting for a player to exit, and they leave themselves short towards the end of the window. But now, as we've seen actually across multiple positions, they're lining up deals, so when a player does exit, they're already ready to pull the trigger. Everything's done, sorted, and then it's just the matter of obviously doing the medical and finalizing formalities. What we've also seen from them this summer is the ability to finally sell well again. And part of that has been sometimes they might have to drop their asking price, but they've been inserting significant buyback clauses and stuff to ensure that they're still getting the best possible valuations.
OK, let's talk about a player that they did get over the line, Lenny Yoro. They got him and then he got injured. Any update?
Not yet, because Manchester United had to wait at least 24 hours for the swelling to go down on the area, for the injury to settle for both him and Rasmus Højlund before they undertook a scan. Now, that would have only been in the evening yesterday here that 24-hour period lapsed. Some clubs like to wait a little bit longer because then it provides a more accurate assessment, but I suspect we will be getting a diagnosis either later today from United or by the latest tomorrow. In terms of Højlund, the understanding and the feeling is that it might have just been a slight hamstring tweak because he was in good spirits in the mix zone afterwards. He's been active on social media, and he did mouth to the staff that after a sprint that he'd pulled his hamstring. So hopefully they're not much concern. There seemed to be a lot more worry around Euro, so I think that's the update particularly that's going to be the intriguing one.
Melissa Reddy, live from LA. Thanks, Melissa.